The year 1775 marked a turning point in the struggle for freedom among enslaved Africans in the American colonies, when Governor Lord Dunmore of Virginia issued his proclamation offering freedom to any enslaved person willing to flee their Patriot masters and fight for the British Crown. As the element of the Patriots were a group seeking to forge complete separatists, white nationalists fighting now to maintain slavery against the native Africans and black Americans, it triggered a wave of revolutionary activity among the African-descended population. Thousands responded to the call, some forming the earliest black military units in American history. Among the most prominent was a man named Titus, later known as Colonel Tye. Escaping bondage shortly before the proclamation, Colonel Tye and the most feared BlackAmoor guerrilla commander of the American Revolution. Tye quickly emerged as a fearless and tactically brilliant leader. He commanded the Black Brigade, a loyalist guerrilla unit that carried out daring raids across New Jersey and neighboring colonies. These raids were not just military missions, they were liberation campaigns. Tye and his men targeted slaveholders, confiscated supplies, and freed countless African men, women, and children. Their actions sowed fear among the Patriot elite and disrupted the plantation economy. As his reputation grew, Colonel Tye was given command of both land units and ships by British forces, essentially operating as an independent commander under Loyalist authority. Colonel Tye's brigade used British sloops to move undetected along the coast, launching raids into Monmouth County. His unit operated as a semi-autonomous force capable of inflicting damage on Patriot militias and slaveholding territories well into the latter years of the war. In the shadow of war, he rose to command the Black Brigade, a fierce group of Africans, Native American fighters, and white loyalist guerrillas. Though never formally commissioned, he fought as a free BlackAmoor. He earned the name Colonel by his tactical mastery and battlefield success. Among Patriots, his name was whispered with dread. Known by Patriots as the Black Prince of the Revolution. 1778. The Battle of Monmouth was the first time Tye appeared on the Revolutionary War stage. Amid the smoke and thunder of battle, he captured Captain Elisha Shepherd of the Monmouth County Militia. The act was bold and strategic, one black man capturing a white Patriot officer on an open battlefield. It shattered colonial expectations and marked Tye as a rising force in Loyalist ranks. His courage during this engagement earned him respect from both British forces and Black Loyalists, establishing his leadership in a time when black freedom was considered a threat by both sides of the conflict. 1. The Raid on Shrewsbury, July 1779. In the summer of 1779, Tye led a daring raid on Shrewsbury. He and his unit launched a night assault on Patriot sympathizers. Using the cover of darkness, they moved silently through the countryside, targeting homes, seizing livestock, stealing arms, and liberating African prisoners of war. The brigade moved like smoke, present, powerful, and gone before the sun rose. In that single raid, they captured 2 Patriot residents, looted horses, food, and supplies, and sent a chilling message: no place was safe. Tye's use of swift raids and his deep knowledge of the New Jersey terrain made him the master of hit-and-run warfare. Fear followed his path, and many Patriots abandoned their farms rather than risk a confrontation with the most feared black American one, the assault on Captain Joshua Huddy's home in September 1780. Tye's most audacious mission was the assault on the home of Captain Joshua Huddy, a hated Patriot officer known for his ruthless treatment of Moors and Loyalists. Tye's units surrounded the house under cover of night. A fierce firefight followed, with musket balls ripping through wood and smoke choking the air. When Huddy refused to surrender, Tye ordered the home set ablaze. Huddy eventually emerged, and Tye took him prisoner. Tye was shot in the wrist. It was a small wound, but infection soon set in. He died days later from tetanus. Tye's influence echoed. His raids disrupted Patriot operations. His leadership inspired hundreds of BlackAmoors to fight for freedom. And his guerrilla tactics marked a new phase of warfare in the colonies. In every campaign, he proved that liberty, once tasted, was worth every risk. Colonel Tye remains one of the most important figures in the story of BlackAmoor resistance in American history, not only for what he fought against, but for the uncompromising vision of justice he embodied. He fought as a true freedom fighter, a Black American. In doing so, he became a symbol of fierce defiance in a world built to deny him everything, becoming the most feared BlackAmoor of the American Revolution. The fight for African freedom did not stop with Colonel Tye. Other black units, including the Ethiopian Regiment, formed in direct response to Dunmore's call. The Ethiopian Regiment, one of the earliest all-black military units of the war, marched under the banner Liberty to Slaves and participated in multiple campaigns in Virginia and the Carolinas. Their presence on the battlefield directly challenged the contradiction between the colonists' call for liberty and their continued enslavement of Africans. Numerous other black units emerged across the colonies and the Caribbean, from the Black Pioneers to the Black Company of Pioneers and individual regiments made up of freedmen who had joined the British. These units often operated as scouts, engineers, soldiers, and marines. Their combined operations extended beyond 1783 and into the post-war period, destroying plantation operations, enslaving whites, executing some and others, turned into the British even after the official end of the American Revolution. Nearly 15 years of black African forces decimating white nationalist rebels. By 1787, the continued existence of Black Loyalist brigades, maroon communities, and liberated enclaves in regions like Nova Scotia, Jamaica, and Sierra Leone represented an unbroken line of resistance and survival. They were the legacy of Dunmore's proclamation and of those who seized the opportunity not only to fight, but to rewrite the meaning of freedom in the New World. The white nationalist conspirators, being overwhelmed and shame and loss on late 1777 onward, facing manpower shortages and increased loyalist black forces like Colonel Tye's, the Continental Army reversed policy. In 1778, Rhode Island formed the 1st Rhode Island Regiment, which included formerly enslaved men who were promised freedom for their service. By 1781, thousands of black men had fought for the Patriot cause, many motivated by the promise of freedom. The now new-forming nation gaining grounds with the promise of a new nation for all people alike together, and a government for all men created equal.